Welcome back, folks, to Jamin's Daily. New episode for you. We got a great guest. Before we do that, before I introduce the guest, you're gonna see that we have a different kind of format. I'm not wearing my headphones. I'm using and this we're having some technical difficulties, folks. It's a little embarrassing because the previous episode, a couple episodes, we were talking about how we were making all these improvements, had a new computer, all this, and my mixer went to crap, and I'm gonna put up a cool another video of me. I'm gonna go like full office on it, office space movie on it, and just like destroy it because it's been a pain in my ass for a long time. But in the meantime, let's introduce our guest, Camryn Chabelli. Caylor, how are you doing today? I almost forgot your last name.
Hi, everyone. I'm good. Thank you for having me on your podcast.
On the
I'm
podcast.
excited.
First time. So you need to come on. You need to come on more often. So you were just getting off of work because I hear that you were a server, waiter.
Yes, but today I got off from my mail clerk job.
Oh, the middle.
Yes, I'm a mail clerk 3 days a week and a waitress 4 days a week. I work every day of the week.
That's that's very admirable of you, Cameron, to be working so much while you're in college, making money, learning skills.
Yeah.
How's that whole waiting going for you? Serving people.
It's something I'm grateful for what it's taught me so far, but also I will never serve ever again if I don't have to. But it really teaches you to be nice to your servers, to tip very well. I will never, ever tip below 15% ever again.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just teaches you I don't know, to deal with people and
It is working in a restaurant, working in retail, but in a restaurant for sure, you learn all these skills that you don't learn in school that you're gonna have to deal with when you get into the real world and you're working with people or you're dealing with people. So that's great. In addition to your part-time jobs, serving, mail clerk, you're also doing a small home business with your dad. What's it called?
Yes, our small business is mainly run on Instagram, but we also have a website. It's called Cosmos and Belly. Cosmos is my dad, and I'm Belly. And it's a charcuterie business, which is basically a fancy word for meat and cheese. It's a meat and cheese board.
Charcuterie. Folks at home, charcuterie. Google it, look it up, go to Cosmos and Chabelli.com.
Yes, cosmosandchabelli.com. And then also we have a Facebook. Yeah, it's a bit slow right now. I haven't been super good with updating posts and stuff just because it was doing really well in College Station. Nobody else in College Station was selling charcuterie boards, but in Corpus, there's quite a few. So the competition was
How good? So you said you were doing well there in College Station.
But now that everyone's left for summer,
That happens. You got to strike while the iron's hot. So like in February for Valentine's Day, because this charcuterie is all about, like you said, it's a fancy thing to do. It's kind of cute. It's good, but then it's also visually appealing. It looks fancy and nice. So for Valentine's Day, that's a big thing, right? And y'all did well.
Yes, Valentine's Day is our best day so far. We made $800 that day, which was really exciting because we never had that many orders. It was really crazy and hectic, but it was fun. But yeah, so Valentine's Day did really well. Easter, we had quite a few. And during Christmas, we had the tray, the board in the shape of a Christmas tree. And people really liked that too.
And that sounds very clever. And the cool thing is, like you said, so for Christmas, you use a Christmas board. So this charcuterie also allows you to be a little artistic while you're working, right? So it's a way for you, an outlet in addition to making money.
Yes, yeah. well, we keep saying like we said, but that's because we talked about
You're right. We had a technical difficulty in this new setup, and I wasn't recording.
Yeah. So yes. So earlier I had mentioned what was I saying? Just about how it's I'm not the best cook, but I am very good at making things look nice and my artistic skills and making it look really pretty, which is the main thing people.
It's more like arrangements.
Yeah.
The arrangement is what's key.
Yeah. I mean, it also is nice to like pick out nice cheeses because nobody wants like a boring cheddar that you could go buy. You know what I mean? So like you pick out the nice.
Where do you find nice cheese? I guess at HEB. Can you find nice cheese at HEB, or you got to go like scour the earth for rare cheese?
Yeah, we do get it at HEB. That's where we buy things. But you could also go to, they sell like meats other places, like I guess fancier places. We just buy HEB meats.
No, meat is meat. It's all about how you arrange it. But we're going to take a break. We're going to test this out and see how this.
And like I said, like
because since we're using the Mac for the audio, we kind of it can only go so long, folks. So we can only utilize what we have. So we're gonna go to a break. When we get back, we were gonna talk about Camryn, your new house that you're moving into from your apartment there in College Station. Super excited to hear. I'll tell you some of my stories about when I moved into a house there in College Station. Okay. When we get back, folks, we will open up. We'll be back with our special guest, Camryn Caylor. Welcome back from the breaks. Welcome back from the break, folks. Jamin's Daily podcast episode. I think it's going to be episode 68. It could be episode 69. I'm not exactly sure, folks. Just if I'm wrong, let me know. You can send me an email at jaminsdaily@gmail.com. But you can also comment, like, and share on our YouTube channel, folks. Try to do that if you can. But we'll bring back our guest, Camryn Caylor. She was just getting ready to let us know about her new swanky house, bachelorette pad. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, she's taken, folks. But it's a pad.
Yes, it is a 2-bedroom with a backyard, which I'm really excited about. It's a 2-bedroom, 1 bath with backyard and a front yard. And I'm really, really excited.
For your dogs, right?
For my dogs, yes, because I was an idiot and I got a dog my freshman year of college. And then I got a second my sophomore year. Didn't get a dog this year. But yeah, so I have 2 dogs who've been stuck in the apartment. And I just thought it'd be nice to give them a backyard. Sure. Especially now that I'm working 2 jobs. I feel guilty sometimes that they stay in the house more, I guess, than if I didn't work 2 jobs. So they'll have a backyard to run around in when I'm not home, and that'll make me feel better.
I think.
But yeah, so I'm excited. I moved in.
That sounds reasonable. When do you move in? When?
Yeah, at the end of July, I move in.
That's a long time from now because there's furniture that I want to give you that I'm ready for you to take now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we have a storage unit if you want.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We'll hang on to it for now. Unless I get a better offer. Like okay. $10. Somebody offers me $10. So, true story about 20, let me see, was it 24? Yes. So in 2004, that in 17 years ago is when I moved into my first house there in college. So we were living in a dorm for 2 years. And then we got a house, moved off campus to a 4-bedroom house. And it was me, Gabe, and our friend Marcus. We all lived in the same dorm, and we didn't have a 4th roommate. So we went to like roommates.com or apartments.com, and we found some random dude we didn't know like 2 weeks before school started, and we met him like 5 days before he moved in. His name was Scott,
Mhm.
and it was cool. I mean, we got along real well. But when we moved into that house, there was a bunch of things wrong with it. Like there was some outlets that there was no fixture on the outlet, and this and that, and the realtors or the people renting it at the time were like, "Oh no, it's okay, it's okay." They never did. We came in, we moved in, and they never fixed any of this stuff. And it's because they know these are a bunch of silly college students. What are they going to do about it? They take their sweet time. So hopefully that doesn't happen to you.
No, hopefully not. My landlady she's still called a landlord if she's a lady. I don't know. My landlady.
She's a landlady. Camryn, you're very insightful. I don't know. We got to stop using gendered language, Camryn. She's not a landlord or a landlady. She is a person who charges you rent.
Yes.
She's a person who charges you rent.
Yes. She seems very sweet and very on top of her thing. So hopefully that won't be the case.
She's going to be on top of her thing as long as you pay the rent. So, I think that'll work out. The other thing that happened to me, Camryn, in my house that we moved into in College Station, actually it was in Bryan. It wasn't in College Station. We lived in Bryan. And we threw a party one time. And somebody literally stole a full keg from my backyard. They just up and walked away with it. And I have a feeling that people thought that these people leaving with the keg were like part of the party crew who was throwing the party together, and they're like, oh, they're just taking the keg to move, so nobody says nothing until later on. They're like, what happened to the keg? They stole it. That's what happened to it. True story.
Yeah, well,
I don't know where I was somewhere else, I guess, but we found out afterwards.
I'm pretty lame when it comes to that, so I won't have any roommates. I don't know if we'll have any crazy parties. Maybe I should, just for the heck of it.
You should.
There. But yeah.
Anyway. You should host your boyfriend his ring dunk at that house. That would be awesome.
That's true. He will be.
He would probably appreciate that. You got a big house, big backyard. You can have a real big shindig.
Yeah, the backyard's not the biggest, but it is backyard. But I think it would be big enough for the ring dunk. He actually orders his ring Friday.
He orders his ring on Friday? Do you know how much it was? How much
jealous.
You know how much it is? How much his portion is? Because it's subsidized through, I think, Man Foundation.
You're frozen.
I know you're frozen too. So that means we need to take another break. But before we do that, we're gonna have a word from our commercial sponsor.
Yeah. Yes.
Sage Choice Insurance Agency. You can give us a call at 361-400-2411. You can go onto the interwebs. There's this thing called Facebook. We're on it. So become our friends. Share, like. It's also on YouTube. All those things. We will be back from the break. When we get back from the break, we are probably going to get into, I don't know, maybe a little bit of current events. Maybe some hot takes, folks, because I know that's why you tune in. Till then, we'll be back. And we're back, folks. Jamin here, your host of Jamin's Daily, back with our third and final segment with our amazing guest, Camryn Chabeli Caylor, all the way from College Station, Texas. Give another shout out.
Hello, thank you.
We're gonna do a little.
Yes, I can whoop.
No, I don't know if you're able to, but it's okay. I will. And we were talking about, moving into a house.
Yes. Yeah.
Told you a little bit about how my experience with my house in College Station. But we're gonna move on to something else. We're gonna kind of just free form it here. Just shoot from the hip.
Yeah.
Tell me, I'm trying to think how you know what I'm interested to know, Camryn, is so you said you're there in College Station. I haven't been there in almost 10 years, and it's been 14 years since I graduated. So I know things have changed. Things have definitely changed in a good way. But
Yeah.
maybe how's the traffic? Tell me about some of the things that are going on there that I don't know about.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of new buildings that I'm sure you haven't seen. There's a new engineering building, lots of sky-rise apartments by Northgate, like on University, you know.
Really? There's more apartments, high, like tall apartment complexes on
Yeah,
Northgate?
yeah, around
Northgate.
here.
Around that.
Yeah, like my mom's friend Jennifer, she had told me like that's one of the first things she noticed like when she came back into town is that it just looks like a big city, like this bunch
Yeah.
of
When you're coming in, for people who don't know, but when you're driving in, you hit University Drive. I can imagine to the left, you start seeing these tall condo apartments
yeah,
that would be kind of different. But it makes sense. You know why? Because when I was there, behind Northgate were a bunch of just small single family houses.
mhm,
Very modest single family. There were some other duplex stuff, but it would seem like a land developer could come in and just buy them all out and build up,
yeah,
and that would make sense.
yeah. There's a bunch of tall apartments, and campus is starting to look a lot more modern with more, fancy buildings. They're making a second rec. I don't know if you knew that on the south
Oh, they're
side.
building a second wreck.
Yes,
Why? Because it's too
second.
hard for everybody to go to the gigantic one they already have.
I know. I don't really understand that either. I don't really think we need a second, but
You know what that's for, Cameron? You know what that's for? I'm gonna get into it a little bit. It's all so they can charge you more student fees.
that's true.
They're just gonna charge you more student fees for like you're saying, things you don't. What if you don't even go to one of the rec centers? Now you got to pay for two. This
That's
is
true. I didn't even think about that.
this
But
is injustice.
yeah, that's messed up.
Messed up.
I
You should write into the battalion and say,
yeah,
hey, they're doing this just to charge more fees. This is like it's just like one extended vacation that they're trying to just add more amenities so that we have to pay more.
like we couldn't even, well, during like COVID in like this semester or whatever, we couldn't even go, not this semester, because this semester was a little bit of both face to face and virtual or learning, whatever, remote. But like, even when we couldn't go to school, they were still charging us for the rec. Like, how does that make sense? We can't even go to school that we're paying for in our classes, but we do pay for the rec and nobody can use
You
it.
know what? You know what's going on? No, that's a travesty. That's poke you in the eyes kind of situation. But I guarantee you, when you sign your whatever document it is, when you pay your tuition, there's small print there that says if classes get canceled for unforeseen reasons or yada 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 yada, you don't get your money back.
Yeah.
That's a shame. Well,
But
hey, I think now I talked to a friend of mine, Johnny Maldonado. Shout out. He told me he's actually watched the podcast recently. So hope he's watching. He's living in College Station. And I know I always have a place to stay.
wait, did he used to work with my mom?
Yes, he worked for the PSC
Yeah, him and my mom went to Wings and More for lunch today. That's funny.
today.
Today, they went out to lunch.
Okay, that's crazy
Yeah.
coincidence. But I just found out that he's in College Station, not today, but I knew he was there. It's just coincidence that I mentioned it, and then you said they went to lunch today. But I know that he's been there, and he told me that when I go, I can stay there. Or
Nice.
like, and I would plan to go for a game because we all know, everyone knows that the big expense when you go for the game is not the ticket, it's where are you going to stay. Okay. And that's the hard part too. It's not buying the ticket, it's where are you going to stay. So I'm just going to stay at his house. So that's going to be awesome.
That's true. I also have a house, but go for it.
But no, I'm going to stay at his house one night and stay at your house the other. So I don't have to be too much of a mooch onto one person.
Yeah.
You got to level out the mooching.
Yeah. Anyway.
Perfect.
No, you should come. You should come. I don't know why it's been so long since you've been here.
It's hard. It's a long way. And I have 2 little kids. It's hard to get away sometimes.
Big things.
I'll make it happen.
Well, you should bring them. Yeah. Bring them and then you start.
That's. I can already start it.
You can start early.
Start early. Get the brainwashing that they need to be Aggies and go to A&M, right? Yes. I think that's how it works. I agree. It's going to happen. Hasn't happened yet, but I think James now at 4, he's going to be 4.5 this football season. So I'm going to buy him some apparel and make him wear it on game day, even though he's not going to watch the game. He's going to know who daddy roots for, though. You know, that's how you start. Well, that's good. Camryn, I just want to thank you for joining me on my podcast. It's been too long. We've been on for a whole year. Your dad's been on this. Folks, for those who don't know, Camryn's father is Seth Caylor, one of our executive producers from the podcast, from the jump when we first started. So it's our first episode with Camryn. Hopefully the first of many.
Yeah, I'm excited. This is cool. I've always wanted a podcast. I have little like voice memos on my phone.
Uh-huh.
Me talking like podcasts, but I don't post that. But yeah, so this is cool. I'm gonna have you on as a guest when one day for one of our headline episodes where we're just gonna read the headlines off of Yahoo. Well, this isn't that cool for you, but maybe if I start my own, or if you want, I'll be your guest speaker for advice. They can email you, and I'll bring my psychology knowledge to the table.
Camryn, no, this is so for me to have a successful podcast. What I need is you could be a guest host. Okay, so you would be like episode 122 of Jamin's Daily, guest host Camryn Chabelli, and then you do on this episode we discuss, and then you do your own thing from time to time. So you don't have to you don't have to make a big commitment. You can do it 2 times a month.
Mm-hmm. That sounds good to me.
And then I'll call in. And when you're doing an episode, this is what I want to do. We're gonna have people call in with some of their problems for you to give some advice.
I like to think that I'm good at that. People come to me at work when I don't even know them really, and they ask me for my opinion. I just must seem like.
I think you're right, Camryn. You must, like you said, you have this aura about you where people, it's like this safe haven. Like you are like a safe space that people are trying to get into, and then tell their problems to.
Sweet. I'm glad I could be that for everyone.
Awesome. Folks at home, you heard it first here. Jamin's Daily. Until the next time, thanks for joining us. What's my tag? No. Thanks for joining us. Until then, stay with us because the best is yet to come.
Bye.